Okay, so a while ago I commented on a video. There's this channel that some of you, like my small audience here is from these videos. There's this channel that posts like leftist TikTok compilations that I love so much. I've been watching them since like summer started. That's when I like discovered them. But I commented on one of these videos and I like started talking about like how this girl was like harassing me for my sexuality. I just like was thinking about that and I kind of want to give a story time on it. So here we go. Um, so this started out by so I go to like a conservative Christian high school. Um, this girl from school, we kind of became friends and she followed me on Instagram. And then one time on my story, I posted a thing about like bisexual visibility day or week or something. And she saw it, like I saw she viewed my story, and then she asked me in the bathroom the next day. She was like, so like, are you bisexual? And I was like, yeah, how did you know? Because I didn't even see at that time that she viewed my story, but then I saw, she was like, oh, I just saw like you posted something about it on your story. And I was like, oh yeah. And she was like, oh, that's cool, I have a cousin that's gay. And I was like, oh cool. And then we were like talking about it and I thought she was like okay with it. And then ever since then, like she started like acting really distant from me. Like I would go up to her and her other friend, I'd be like hi, and she'd be like hey, and then they like go away. She kept leaving me on red on text, and then I texted her on like Microsoft Teams, which is like our school account, and I said like why have you been ignoring me lately? Like just straight up asked. And then like she answered it while we were in class together. She was across the room, we were in technology, we were on our school computers, and she was like, because you're just like weird and annoying. And I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, ugh, I'm not even gonna say anything, I just think you need to leave me alone until you can figure you and your sexuality out. And I saw that and I was like, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? And she was like, you know what I'm talking about, like you told me. And I was like, why does that matter? Why can't you still be friends with me? Because I'm not straight. And she was like, because I'm a Christian. And I was like, okay, so am I. Well, I mean, I actually don't really know if I'm a Christian anymore, but I just said I am. Not really sure, I'm kind of like stuck on my religious beliefs right now, but anyway, I was like, so am I. And then this bitch literally looks up the Bible verse that says like, man shall not lie with man as he should with woman, that is detestable. Literally copies and pastes that Bible verse and sends it to me, and I'm like, girl, not you pulling out the Bible verse. And she's like, yes, me pulling out the Bible verse. So that's how when I like literally started shaking in class and like almost started crying. So then right when class ended, I heard like her and her friends laughing and like looking at me. So I was like really upset, so I just like put my computer away really fast. We were about to have our 10-minute break, so I went and put my backpack in the Spanish classroom, which was our next class, and then I went to the downstairs bathroom and I just like went in the stall and started crying. And then a minute later she came in there, which she never does, like never follows me into the bathroom, and she was like, are you good? And I was like, no. And then like I don't even remember exactly what she said, I caught some of it on video, but like she was just like talking to me from outside the stall being like, I don't even know, she was just like basically saying gibberish about like how like, I don't know, just talking about how I need to stop doing what I'm doing or something. And I was just like, okay. I didn't know what to say, I was literally crying. So she was like, yeah, class is starting soon, you should come. And then she left and I was like, stayed in there. I just like stayed in there. Then she came back a few minutes later, literally stood on the sink and like looked at me over the bathroom stall. Is that not sexual harassment? Anyway, literally I wasn't even going to the bathroom, but what if I was? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, looked over at me and I was like, I didn't even know she was there at first. I heard like breathing, so I looked up and I was like, what are you doing? And she was like, she said it in a nice way, but I didn't know it was in a fake nice way. So she said like, why don't you come out of the stall? And I was like, okay. So I just came out of the stall and stood there, and that's when this bitch started, like, not even, like, yelling at me, because then people would hear, but she was, like, raising her voice at me, being like, you need to stop disrespecting the school, like, what you're doing is a sin, like, just going off on me. I'm literally standing there in front of her, crying, like, full on, like, sobbing in front of her, because, like, this is, like, really scary. She was like, by the way, I told a bunch of people at school, a bunch of people know, and the teachers know, which I don't even know if that's true or not, but she was like, the teachers know, I will have you kicked out of this school. Who the fuck do you think you are? So I was terrified. I'm like shaking, crying. Oh yeah, and then like another girl came in to see what was going on, and yeah, she was like, I don't really support that, but I would still be your friend. Better than what she was doing, but still don't appreciate it that much. You can't not support me but also be my friend. Anyways, so I was like, okay, I'll come back to class. Yeah, so they went back to the class, and then I just like, then all these little kids started coming in from like another school, I don't even know, but I just went into the upstairs bathroom, and then a teacher came in there and asked me what was going on, because like a girl saw what was happening and like told her, so she like hugged me and like told me it was gonna be okay. The principal found out, and he like said I told them kind of briefly what happened, and I didn't say it was exactly because of me being bisexual, because that's scary, but he was like, okay, I'll email your parents and tell them what happened. So I went back to class. I was just like really quiet. Yeah, for the rest of the classes I got better in like my electives when she wasn't there. Yeah, I told my mom completely what happened after school, started crying again. Then that was on Thursday, and then there's no school on Friday, and there's like this ice skating thing that all the freshman girls were invited to, and I didn't go because I literally was not comfortable being around her. So anyways, then on Monday, the principal said to me that like we can't have any contact with each other. He said he would talk to her after school, and then she was not there on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. And that's when I found out on Friday that she was supposed to be expelled. But her parents pulled her out of the school right before, like, that happened. Also, one of the days, like that day, Monday, I had to go into his office during one of my classes, missed part of class, math class, slay. I like showed him the video of like her talking to me. Sorry, my Build-A-Bear just went off. I was like just talking to him about what happened, and there's like another lady in there who was like typing what was happening on his computer. Yeah, so she almost got expelled. She basically did. That's what I'm calling it. Everybody was talking about it at school, but a bunch of people like didn't know why. I didn't say anything. I was just like, oh wow, that's crazy. Shut up. But yeah, that bitch got what she deserved. Apparently she had been expelled 3 other times for bullying people. So yeah, again, you can't call yourself a Christian and then hate on minorities. So go fuck yourself, bitch. Yeah, that's my story time. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.